Welcome to the Regenerative Edge. This is not your typical business podcast. There's no 10x hacks here, no hustle playbook formulas. This is a listening space for founders, directors, and changemakers who are tired of pretending that growing a business and healing the world have to be two separate things.
Renee, from everything that was said so far, I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, what's coming up in you when you're defining what culture and people is for a organization that maybe wants to become more regenerative?
I think about it often as like the dance between like the macro and the micro. So often we get caught in the macro of like, how can we create change and look at it from a big picture. But I always come back to the kitchen table. So I think about the relationship that you have with the people at your kitchen table, your family, your friends, the people that you convene. If that's not healthy and thriving, and if you can't have good relations with one another, it is the space to be able to like foster those good relations.
No hype, no extraction, just honest conversations about business, impact, tension, and possibilities. These conversations are a space to slow down, reflect, and reconnect with what kind of growth we believe in.
And I want to understand, what is actually the difference of an impact evaluation and a regenerative impact evaluation, for example? Maybe just laying a bit of the groundwork. What does impact evaluation even mean?
Impact evaluation is probably, you ask 10 evaluators, you get 12 different opinions. My perspective on it, it's basically, I will actually start in the regenerative evaluation. So how I like to describe it is regenerative evaluation means that the process of evaluation is one, it's part of the solution. So it gives more energy to the people involved, to the causes that we care about. And it's also a reflective process at the same time. So it's asking questions about power and shifting power, for example. It sees also evaluators as part of that equation and as part of that process.
The Regenerative Edge is stewarded by Zebra Growth, an agency working to shift the marketing landscape through intention and practice towards a regenerative approach that nurtures resilience, cultivates connection, and redefines what success can mean. This podcast is also nourished by the talent and insight of our foundational partners, Unity Effect and Tandem, who you'll meet throughout Season 1. Each week, Growth Director of Zebra Growth, Moh Alhafi, sits down with fellow founders, directors, and changemakers to explore what it looks like to build organizations that support life, not just scale.
But even though it's so simple, it feels like no one's doing this. Why is no one doing it? And how are maybe some practical ways that people can start to actually apply this within their relationships, but also within the businesses that they run? The impact specifically, ideally aiming to be regenerative or in the process of becoming regenerative. How can leaders start to apply this lens?
So first, I would start with the rejection. The rejection that all of us feel if we start hearing or listening around the source principles, because there are always parts that I also find myself saying, this can't be true. And just pick one and also start investigating own stories. When I speak to people, I then notice that sometimes it's about, have we really made the experience of supporting each other? Have we really made the experience in our lives to step into the responsibility and make great experience sometimes, or quite often actually not?
We hope you can join us as we take time to pause, step out of the growth at all cost mindset and search for another script. Walk to the edge with us. The bridge is wide enough for all.